What is success? Success is an abstract concept that can't be easily defined and has many definitions. And there is no quantitative data to show us what success truly is. But if you're the kind of person that has to put definitions on things, our friends at Merriam-Webster will tell you that success is the fact of getting, achieving, attaining wealth, fame, or respect. Now, this feels like a rather loose definition to me. What if somebody's content with being middle class and loved, or they're content with being average? Wouldn't that be successful? Well, you could look at it this way, and you'd be totally correct in that opinion. But I would argue that anybody can be average. It's the middle ground, it's normal, it's what everybody is, and that's why it's average. If you analyze the catalog of success stories throughout the years, you come to the conclusion that successful people do things that normal people simply cannot do. Whether it is running faster, jumping farther, lifting more, they are faster-witted than us. Normal people can't reach this level of success that these people can. I would also argue that it's not just a talent gap that separates successful people from regular folks, but mostly a mental gap. Let's use an example here. Oh, it's going really slow. It's going really quick. Thomas Edison, you know, the light bulb guy, defines success as 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. And this sounds great, and I know everybody in here is going, I work hard and I do my best, but no, you don't. Successful people want to do at least twice what everybody else is doing, and it is a failure to them if they do anything less. But it's also not just a good work ethic, but persistence in your work ethic. There is not a single successful person on the planet that succeeded on their first attempt. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. J.J. Watt walked on his junior year at the University of Wisconsin, and Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Mark Zuckerberg were all college dropouts. The latter three, in his airness, are all billionaires. Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft, the company that's behind Xbox and Windows and the very program I did these slides on. Steve Jobs is the co-founder of Apple. They make the world's foremost technology, and they have more liquid money than the United States government. And Mark Zuckerberg is the godfather of social media. He has started this social media craze that has permeated pop culture and has ingrained itself permanently in our minds. If at any point these men had given up, then the world would look vastly different. Not only would they be less rich and successful, but the world around us would look very, very different. Even the richest man on the planet had to struggle at one point. In the 1990s, Jeff Bezos was a poor man in a dingy rented office space with an Amazon banner above his desk that his daughter made in spray paint. As you can see up there, it says but he had a can-do attitude and a never-give-up approach, and he now has brick-and-mortar giants like Kohl's and Sears on their knees. But these traits expand far beyond billionaires. All successful people, from YouTube stars to yogurt CEOs, display these traits that are worked into their DNA or they put there themselves, almost like a success gene, if you will. And one of the problems that plagues my generation is it seems that nobody wants to do the work and put in and work for these traits that make people successful. And one of the major contributing factors in what I am talking about is a lack of patience. Growing up in the internet age, we've had instant photos, direct deposit. You can call somebody across the planet and get a hold of them in seconds. Everything is at the tip of your fingers, and we want everything right away. And it has led us to develop a very, very dangerous habit. We want everything all at once, but the great ones understand that you have to trust the process. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are people. But if you follow your gut and work for it, you will achieve it. To quote one of my favorite songs, keep on dreaming even if it breaks your heart. And that's what all successful people try to do. They understand that water does not boil at 211.9 degrees. And if but it will boil at 212 degrees. And if you want it bad enough, and the fire inside of you is hot enough, your dreams will boil over too. But you also can't just want it sometimes. And you can't be timid when making these decisions. You have to jump head first with everything you have. And you have to be habitual. When you wake up in the morning, make your bed, then brush your teeth, then get dressed, and then make sure you have your phone, your wallet, your keys, and then you go attack the day and kill whatever is in front of you. And once you force yourself to do these things repeatedly, over and over again, you will no longer have to force it. It will be habit. And habits are hard to break, good or bad. And if you keep up at it long enough, it will transcend being a habit, and it will become part of who you are and your self-identity. The reason I reference the morning routine, though, is that you have to start small with this. It is hard to change everything negative about you all at once. And as I referenced earlier, Rome was not built in a day. So start with your morning routine, and then make cleaning your house a ritual, and then make saving money a habit. And then once you make all the easy things happen, the hard things are easy and you can become successful. All successful people follow this habitual rule. President Obama only wears gray and blue suits, because once you take the easy decisions out, you don't no longer have to make them, and you only wear blue and gray suits, then the harder decisions are easier to make. Professional athletes are creatures of habit with their workout routines and what they eat. They are even creatures of habit when it comes to how they rest and relax. LeBron James gets a massage every day, twice on game days. And President Trump only eats McDonald's and Diet Coke. And while I don't suggest this one, it speaks volumes to how being a creature of habit helps you be successful. And I might end up short, or I might run over here, but I do want to leave you with one last quote. Vince Lombardi, who is widely considered the greatest football coach of all time and has changed the world in his own right, has said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, winning is not an accomplishment or a success, but a habit."